What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital. We're here with Mark Vanry, founder and president of Wedgemount Resources. Nice to have you back, Mark. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Aaron. Thanks for having me on. Hope your summer's going well back east.
Definitely. We'll be out there in Vancouver soon. So it's been about a month since we last spoke, and I see Wedgemount has been busy on two of its three copper projects located in British Columbia. You've released assays from the Eagle project, which include an impressive 9.86% copper and 2.5 grams per ton found in rock samples along a 3.5 kilometer corridor between the Nighthawk and Vector zones. Can you tell us more about this discovery and Eagle's initial exploration program?
Absolutely. So we kicked off the Eagle program about 7 weeks ago. That's our phase one, first ever program for Wedgemount at Eagle. The goal of the program was to better understand the historic alteration mineralization around where Noranda had significant copper gold drill intercepts. We also wanted to look at new areas on the project to see if the alteration mineralization extended to new areas outside of the core work. And we were very pleased to see the areas with the historic drilling, Nighthawk, Vector, and Mid, some really high grade copper and gold samples, as you said, up to 9.5 or over 9.5% copper, 2.5 grams per ton gold, which is exceptional. We expected to see some good grades in that area because we knew from the historic drilling that there was some high grade copper and gold there, but we never expected to see those types of numbers. So that was encouraging. The second thing, and I think the more important thing for investors to think about, is that around the Nighthawk, Vector, and Mid zones, we're seeing the envelope of alteration mineralization significantly larger than was historically tested. So we're seeing it in soils, in outcrop, and in chip samples. So we're quite excited about what we found outside of just the historic areas. We also sampled some areas down to the southeast and to the northwest that are completely new zones. We're still awaiting soil assay samples, the assay results on the soils from there, but it looks very encouraging as well. So phase one from Wedgemount's point of view is done. The sort of phase 1B, which is the IP geophysics, we anticipate the crew being in there early September. We were initially going to do late August, but because of the fire situation, we've been delayed a little bit. The crew is booked in for, I believe, September the 10th, and that'll be approximately a 2-week program for the IP, which again will help us better target where to drill when the drill program commences, which will be later this fall. So excited about what we found to date. Some really high grade results from there, and stay tuned for geophysical results, which will come out later in September, which again will help us with our drill targeting. So that's pretty much where we are at Eagle. I don't think there's anything more that investors need to know there. And again, we're fully disclosed on that. We press released it a couple of weeks ago. People can go to our website and check out the results there. There's more detailed results than just those one samples. We took over 60 samples up there.
Awesome, great to hear it. So the Eagle project is situated between the Quanica and Mount Milligan porphyry copper gold mines. Quanica currently has a measured and indicated resource of 277 million tons grading 0.27% copper and 0.25 grams per ton gold. Mount Milligan's proven and probable mineral resources are at 114 million tons grading 0.23% copper and 0.39 grams per ton gold. Is there a similarity to the geological structures present in those mines compared to Eagle's?
Yeah, one of the reasons we optioned Eagle in 2020 is because of the proximity to Mount Milligan and to Quanica. There are some similarities. I think it's too early to say what if there's some very specific similarities, but what we know from the historic drilling from Noranda is that there's high grade copper and gold that looks structurally controlled in a porphyry style deposit at Eagle. How it's going to evolve is, the drill bit will really tell the story for us. But one thing we do like is that the historic results at Eagle are significantly higher grade than either Quanica or Mount Milligan. So if we can get anything close to what they have, we'll be in really good shape. But again, it's nice to have the producing mine, Mount Milligan, down the road, and also Quanica, which again is a development project. So we'll have to see. It's too early to say, but that's what we're looking for, the same copper gold porphyry style deposit that they have there. We would be over the moon if we kind of got half of what a Mount Milligan had, but with the kind of grades that we have.
Awesome, sounds great. So what are the next steps for exploration at Eagle?
Again, Eagle IP geophysical crew will be in there in the next couple of weeks, and that'll better help us identify what's going on at depth. And the reason we need to know that is to better target our upcoming drilling program, which will be later this fall. So geophysics, it's not as sexy as drilling, but we need, for these types of deposits, it's absolutely key tool on deciding where best to drill. So we're really excited about that program and interpreting the results and then getting on the drills later this fall. So there'll be nothing but news flow from Eagle over the next few weeks, and then into the fall once IP's done and we get into drilling.
Yeah, look forward to covering it. So on August 11th, you provided an update on the company's Cookie project, which is located in the southern Toodoggone. How do I say that one?
Toodoggone, southern Toodoggone, absolutely.
Toodoggone, I got it right. Copper
a
belt.
lot of D's and a lot of O's, yeah.
The southern Toodoggone Copper Belt from northern central BC. Can you take us through the exploration program on this project and what your technical team is seeing?
Yeah, absolutely. So Cookie is the second project that we put into the portfolio. Initially 2,000 hectares was the original option deal. We've since increased the land package to a massive 30,000 hectares in the South Toodoggone, as you mentioned. Our phase one program, which is just wrapping up this week, the goals of it, I just want to be very clear about that. We know the historic red claims, which are at the center of our Cookie project, had a historic copper and gold and drill intercepts, a big alteration footprint, but most of the work was done in the 1960s. So we wanted to, number one, go back to that historic area and get a better feel for what they were doing, you know, almost 50 years ago, really, right? To look at the alteration, mineralization, where the drill collars were. The nice thing about looking at the historic area is that the footprint of the alteration mineralization is significantly larger than the area where they just did the drilling. So we're excited about the size potential there, because we think it could be significantly larger than the discovery area in the 1960s by Kamenko, again, where they discovered copper and gold and drill intercepts. The second part of the program was to look at some of these 28,000 hectares that we staked in 2021. You know, when a junior exploration company like ours goes to stake big areas around something that's historically known, you hope there might be one or two areas that look interesting. Well, based on the results that we have to date, and we've taken over 700 samples there between chip samples, outcrop samples, rock samples, soils, etc. We've now found multiple new zones of mineralization and alteration, in particular to the northwest, the southwest, and the southeast of the historic red claims, which are at the center of our Cookie project. So we have no assay results on those as of yet. Those will be coming in the next 2 weeks, but we know there will be significant copper and gold mineralization within that, hosted in things like chalcopyrite and bornite, which are absolutely key indicators of finding a copper in this part of the world. So again, number one, we wanted to confirm the historic area. We wanted to look at new, and number two, we wanted to look at new areas. We're really excited about the breadth and size potential of the project now. The next phase for Cookie will be an IP crew, which should be in there next week. And similar to what I mentioned about Eagle, IP geophysics is absolutely key in us for our drill targeting, because our initial drill program on Cookie will be in 2022. Our goal by the end of this year was to have robust drill targets to hit in 2022. So far, we're really excited about the new zones we found up there, more IP to come, and all the results, all the assay results, IP results will come over the next sort of 2 to 6 weeks. So there'll be tons of news from Cookie, but super excited. And again, key thing in this area, we've got big players all around us there. We've got everything from Centerra Gold to Freeport to Antofagasta to Northwest Copper, all right on our doorstep. It's a very, very hot area for copper and gold exploration.
Definitely. And, you know, let's hope for a awesome fall for the metal prices. That would be really nice for this sector. So Wedgemount has a third asset, the Friendly project, which covers nearly 1,400 hectares. Can you tell us more about this asset and whether investors can expect to see any activity on this project in the near future?
Yeah, Friendly, the third asset we put in the portfolio, it's actually 14,000 hectares, not 1,400, and that's located in south central British Columbia. That it will be the next focus of our exploration season for the team. Currently, we can't get in there due to fire risks, and it's near the town of 100 Mile House in south central BC, so the fire situation there is pretty tough right now. We need 4 or 5 days of precipitation before the crew can get in there. But the nice thing, because we're located in the southern part of BC, the exploration season is much longer, and we're very happy to go and do our work in September and October of this year. It's not like the north where you get shut down kind of by the end of mid to late September. We can work there later through the season. It's a large project. It's got a significant amount of historic small scale work through the 1970s to the early 1990s. What our team will be doing will be same as we're doing at Cookie and Eagle. We're looking for a copper gold porphyry deposit. Just up the road from the Friendly project is Imperial Metals Mount Poly project. We're looking for a similar type of deposit here, a copper gold deposit. Teams will be in there looking at historic mapping, sampling, going over key areas. But the key thing we need to do here is IP geophysics. Again, I know I sound like a broken record because we're doing this in other projects, but to find out what's going on in depth here, we need to do IP. That'll all kick off as soon as the rain hits the ground. And some people may say, well, when's the rain going to hit the ground here? Well, this is British Columbia, so it will come. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. So we'll be in there and very busy. So again, news flow will be coming on Friendly throughout the fall. Cookie news results coming over the next few weeks and months, and then also IP geophysics results for Eagle, and then the drilling commencing. So we are, 100% ready to get in on all the projects once we get the data and once the fire's clear. So nothing but news flow from Wedgie from here through the year end.
Awesome. Excited to cover it. So let's talk a little bit about the shares now. So Wedgemount has approximately 24 million shares outstanding and has raised nearly 2 million, which includes the $600,000 IPO in May of this year. Will this be enough to take the company through its first phase of exploration on these 3 projects?
Yes, absolutely. We did our $600,000 IPO, as you mentioned. Then we did a subsequent raise approximately 6 weeks ago, which was well received. We went out to raise $1 million. We raised a little bit more than that, I think about 1.4, as you said. So we're in good shape through phase for the 2021 phase of our exploration on all the projects. So very happy we got that done as before the markets kind of took it looks like a bit of a summer hiatus for the metals markets right now, but we're really happy we got that piece of business done, and we're in really good shape balance sheet wise through the rest of the current exploration season.
Definitely. So what should new investors know about Wedgemount?
Again, I go back to what I've been telling people, since day one. Our projects are in a great jurisdiction. There's clear title, land title for the projects. We have good support from First Nations in our core areas. We have permits in hand for all our projects. All of our projects are surrounded by either production of copper gold, development projects of copper and gold, or other large exploration programs. So if we are successful in any of our core areas, there are potentially large competitors who would be interested in our assets or potentially our whole company. So that's really what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We've got a great technical team. We're in the right copper belt, and big boys are all around, and everyone's watching what we're doing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for those updates, Mark. I look forward to covering your story, and best of luck with everything going into the fall.
Thanks, Aaron. Have a great weekend.
All right, you too. All right, guys, that wraps up the video. Thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to say, if you do support me, the channel, and all these videos, then kindly smash that like button along with hitting the subscribe button and the bell for notifications for future videos. I did also want to say, check the disclaimer down below. This video was sponsored by the company that we are talking about today. So check the disclaimer, full disclosure, and we're out of here. Always remember, guys, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here.
Mark.
Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you make your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. We'll see you guys in our next video. I did also want to say, check the disclaimer down below. This video was sponsored by the company that we are talking about today. So check the disclaimer, full disclosure, and we're out of here. Always remember, guys, Departures Capital is for information, education,
and big boys
and entertainment purposes only.
watching what we're doing.
Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard those updates, Mark. I heard it on here. Buy or sell. Invest